The month of January is when trade talk in the NBA really heats up. After the 15th, every free agent that signed last summer is eligible to be traded. It seems this season, there will be more buyers than sellers at the trade deadline. After the top 5 teams in the East, it seems like the last 3 spots are there for the taking. And in the West, it's looking like every team except for the Phoenix Suns have a chance to make the playoffs. With that being said, I feel a lot of teams will be looking to add a piece or two for the second half of the season. In this video, I'll discuss 4 trades that should happen before the NBA trade deadline. It seems like a foregone conclusion that Anthony Davis will eventually be traded. The 2 likely destinations are the Lakers and the Celtics. With all the rumors and speculation about free agency, it's a good chance that the Lakers could miss out on the marquee free agents this summer. And I'm sure the Lakers don't want to make any other trades, including their young core, which would weaken their trade package for Anthony Davis. The Celtics have been a disappointment this season, and there's a good chance they won't be able to get it together and reach their full potential. Getting the top seed in the East seems impossible at this point, but I still believe they could be just as dangerous as any team come playoff time. Not many teams can offer a better package for Anthony Davis than the Boston Celtics, but because of a certain rule, the Celtics can't trade for Davis this season with Kyrie Irving still on the roster. They will have to wait until Kyrie's a free agent this summer. But I don't believe the Pelicans will trade Anthony Davis this season under any circumstances. Davis is eligible for a supermax this summer. If he declines it, the Pelicans will have no choice but to consider trading him and start a painful rebuild. Not enough can be said about how good of a job Brooklyn Nets head coach Kenny Atkinson has done to get his team to compete every night. The Nets are currently playing some of their best ball of the season, and if it wasn't for a freak injury to their breakout star Karis LeVert, the Nets could be challenging Boston for the 5th seed. With D'Angelo Russell playing like an all-star and Jarrett Allen wreaking havoc in the paint, the Nets could be back in the playoffs for the first time since 2015. But I feel they could use some scoring punch off the bench for the stretch run. In my first trade, I have the Brooklyn Nets trading DeMarre Carroll, Jared Dudley, and the Denver Nuggets 2019 first-round pick to Chicago for Jabari Parker. It seemed like a dream come true for Parker to come to his hometown team, but it hasn't been the best fit as they tried to play him out of position at small forward. Portis and Markkanen came back from injury, and the Bulls experimented with different lineups, and Jabari basically rode the bench for a period of time. He may not be the player people thought he could be, but he still can give you scoring off the bench, and that's something the Nets could use. And Parker has a team option next season, which allows the Nets to keep their options open for free agency. And the Bulls get a first-round pick out of the deal, which is a win-win for both teams. It's definitely been a strange start to a career for the former #1 overall pick Markelle Fultz. I thought before the draft, he was the most talented and complete prospect coming out that year. No one could have imagined him suffering a shoulder injury and being mentally shook as a jump shooter. Markelle has been diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome. The 76ers need at least one more shooter, and why not cut bait with Markelle Fultz and fill an important need for the team? In my second trade, I have the 76ers trading Markelle to the Detroit Pistons for Luke Kennard, Glenn Robinson III, and their 2019 first-round pick with a top 10 protection. Not only will the 76ers get a young talented shooter, but they also get a first-round pick. I believe that's a fair package for a former #1 overall pick. Detroit seems to be going nowhere fast. Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond are playing like all-stars, but everybody else is failing to contribute consistently on a night-to-night basis. It's unlikely that the Pistons will get lucky and draft a prospect as talented as Markelle. And even though it seems like he's a bust right now, I believe there's a chance he could overcome his shortcomings and develop into an all-star level player. It's a gamble that the Detroit Pistons need to make because it looked like they could miss the playoffs this season, and that's embarrassing when you think about it. My third and fourth trades will involve the Memphis Grizzlies. Everybody's been wondering for the last couple of years why the Grizzlies won't just pull the plug and trade their 2 best players who are over the age of 30. Everybody else sees the writing on the wall, but this organization. And you add to the fact that they have basically let Chandler Parsons have a paid vacation, there's only one option for Memphis to take. Trade Marc Gasol and Mike Conley to put them in position to lose games to get a good draft pick. If their pick falls outside the top 8, the Celtics will receive their pick, which gives Memphis even more incentive to lose games. Even though they started off 15-9, they have gone 4-16 with the league's second worst offense and defense. Memphis is 14th in the West, and their schedule doesn't get any easier. There was a report that Conley and Gasol met with the owner Robert Parra over the state of the team. Trades could be coming anytime soon. With his age and his ability to opt out of his contract after this season, it'll be hard for Memphis to get a lot for Marc Gasol. They need a team that is desperate to make a playoff run. I believe that team is the Charlotte Hornets. I have the Grizzlies trading Marc Gasol to the Hornets for their first-round pick, which would be lottery protected, along with Frank Kaminsky and Bismack Biyombo. Obviously, the most important piece of this trade for the Grizzlies is the first-round pick. They will only have to deal with Biyombo's salary for one more season. Kaminsky is a solid young player who will be a restricted free agent after this season. I believe a first-round pick is the best Memphis could hope for at this point in time. 2 years ago, a trade package for Marc Gasol could have been so much better. Mike Conley is an all-star level point guard that could propel a solid team into playoff contention and maybe even championship contention. I have the Grizzlies trading Mike Conley to the Dallas Mavericks for Dennis Smith Jr., Wesley Matthews, and J.J. Barea. Dennis Smith isn't the best fit with future superstar Luka Doncic. Adding a veteran like Conley could make the Mavericks more dangerous this season and in the future. Conley is a player who can facilitate and thrive in catch-and-shoot opportunities. More importantly, he is a good defender. Luka Doncic, who is mature for his age, will be better off playing with a veteran player in the backcourt than playing with a young player like Dennis Smith, who is also trying to prove himself in the league. This is a no-brainer for Memphis. They will get an explosive, talented lead guard that has crazy potential. He's also around the same age as their rookie big man, Jaren Jackson Jr. And if they happen to keep their pick this year, they could have a deadly trio for the future. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do it right now for future NBA content.